So I've been noticing lately that my refrigerator, a Kenmore something or other, has been intermittently getting awfully warm. I first noticed when I took my frozen pizza out of the freezer and it wasn't frozen. So that's the sticker. And what is it currently? Ooh, it's above 40. Well, that's not good. So what I noticed is when I go and give the thermostat a good thump, turns right on. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the thermostat is old and it's starting to stick. I looked up my refrigerator make and model and found a brand new thermostat for $92. Then I went to another website and they wanted $108. Then I went to Amazon and they wanted $11. Needless to say, this is the $11 one. Let's hope it works. It has over 4,000, 5-star reviews. So, and I'm not paying $92 if an $11 part's going to work. I mean, heck, for $11, I'll change it every year. Like a filter or something. So, yeah, so let's unplug the fridge and get this sucker in there and see how it works. Alright, so I've got the fridge unplugged. Got a couple lights. Let's see, looks like we got a Phillips screw there and some more Phillips screws here. We undo this one on the side. Try not to drop it. Oh, there's a bolt right there that's gonna hold this on. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some. See what we got. Oh, it fits. Nice. Okay. The side panel here should just pop off like that. Cool. Well, while it's off, we can clean it. May as well, right? And then the two bolts that I took out from behind should be sufficient, and this should pull forward. Well, I'm gonna pull these guys out. There we go. Shouldn't have to, but maybe I can get a look in there and no. It looks like that front panel will pop off, just held on by tabs. Let's see. And wouldn't you know, it looks like it's held on by a couple more bolts. Okay, that is not what the video told me. Well, I'm glad I didn't try to force it. So two more bolts there. Screws, really. Oh, and it comes right down. So this is the guy we need to take out. This is the guy we've been having trouble with. He's the one that we're going to replace today. So he's got a ground wire going up here. So it's just a clip, so we pull that off. And then we need to take those two screws out. I think the easiest way to do that is going to be to take these screws off underneath here. So that one there and that one there hold that metal bracket on, and then we'll be able to access these screws much easier. And there it goes. Oh, there, the other screw. All right, so this bracket should just lift right out. Okay, and then we've got some wires. We got another ground wire, looks like, right there. And we've got a black wire, two black wires into one spade connector on top here. It's almost out. And then we've got an orange wire on a spade connector down there. What else have we got? Oh, and then we have the cable that goes in there. Okay, so we got to take that back piece off. I missed that part, but yeah, the back piece right there in the corner, that cover's got to come off because that one of those I don't know, thermocouple sensor, whatever it is, that's got to come out. So it's part of the thermostat. So let's take that out. One screw. Yay! There it is. Pop that cover off. There it is. Not even dirty. What we've got now is that thermocouple sensor thing exposed. Let's see if I can. So that pops off of there. Like so. Okay. So the new one, shoot, I don't even have you in frame, do I? So the new one's going to go across, down, around, up, and end at the top. So we'll do that when we go to put the new one in. Let's see if we can pull that out. There we go. And now we have a really great panel out. That's backwards. We're going to replace this guy. It is! Alright. Okay. Alright. And there's our old thermostat. Looks just like the new one. That's nice. It even comes with a protective. It even comes with a protective thing around the doodad here, sensor. So we're gonna straighten that out. bit. I'm gonna pop this guy back in place. And assembly should be the reverse of disassembly, except, you know, way easier, because now we know how everything comes apart. We should be able to figure out how it goes back together. This must sit in front. Huh. I should be paying attention to details like that. Anyway, there we are. How's that? Now we can screw that in. Okay. I'll have to run this through the panel though, so I'm going to have to straighten that the rest of the way to get it through the panel. So the first thing we need to do is run the cable back through that little, there's a little tab in the back here that the cable goes, that this wire goes through, the sensor wire. So we got to get that through first, and then an immediate turn towards the back of the fridge, of course. So we'll get that figured out. Okay, and then we got to get this bracket in place. So this little plastic bit on the freezer side fits into that little notch, and then this whole thing should sit onto, oh, it sits onto a tab right there. I don't know if you can see that. Then we can put the two screws back in. Okay. There we go. How about this one? Yeah, that's secure. Okay, so the orange wire plugged in on the bottom tab. The two black wires plug on the top tab. There's a ground wire plugs in the back. Yeah, all right. Oh, and this ground wire plugs up here. Plugs into this bit of metal. Okay. This, I bet you, goes to a water filter light. I have a water filter, but I don't have the light. Oh, there's the light. All it is a plug. Apparently, I got the cheap version. So now we can put this back up. And put these two screws back in. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it sits in first and then goes up. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Okay, nice. Well, next time we'll pull it down from the top. That should make it easier. Hopefully there's not a next time though. But anyone watching, maybe. Okay, so that was at about 5. I'm going to set it about 5. That's where it was before all this nonsense started happening. And then the freezer can go on, let's see, it's keyed too. And I never did change it, but wouldn't have a problem with that one. We can pop these screws back in. Should be able to turn the fridge back on now. All the important stuff's been covered up, all the electrical. Okay. And this one. Okay. Well, let's go pop the fridge on and make sure that's actually going to turn on. There we go. Seems to work. All right. So we are at about 64 degrees. So it's got some catching up to do. Now we got some light. We can move the, put the wire or the sensor back up. So the sensor kind of goes around like that. Pops in there. And then bends around again, like that. Right there. Yeah, got a nice cold air coming out. Anyway, so now the cover can go back on there. Like so. Then we just pop the screw in there. So put that guy back in there. Where's my screwdriver? Alright. It's just plastic, so doesn't need 100 foot-pounds. Alright, and then there's just that other panel that goes up. Okay, I'll just pop that back on there. Alright, so that's all hooked back together. And we've got a nice running fridge, and hopefully I won't have to thump it every few hours to get it to turn on. All right, well, let's shut it and let it actually do its job, huh? Come back in an hour. In the meantime, let's see how what this thing looks like inside. So this may not be going back together, but that's all right. It's already been replaced. So I'm just curious as to what makes it go. Let's spin that out of the way. Okay, not so bad. Wherever the contact happens. Oh, there's oh, I see. Never mind. If you look inside there, there's a couple of, yeah, there's a set of contact points in there, kind of like an old car or a coffee maker. Ah, and there's some spring-loaded stuff going on too. So there we go. We can take that apart, move that out of the way maybe. Yeah, okay, get the spring out of the way. That little piece out. Can we take the, yeah, maybe, oh, there we go. Oh, stuff's falling apart. Well, we don't need any of that. Okay. Can we get any of that out? Whoops. Well, that comes out. I don't even know where that came from. Wow, that was super easy compared to the other one. Can we push those through now? Kinda. There we go. So just like a set of points, here, let me get you a close-up. Just like a set of points here, these two contacts have to come together to make the fridge go. And boy, are they worn. There's a lot of carbon buildup. And inside where they sit, let's see if you can see that, there's a lot more carbon. So lots of arcing, which is a sign of worn out contacts. And the contacts themselves look really worn out, which is another sign of worn out contacts. Just thought that would be a fun little ending to the video. If you don't hear from me again, it means it is working. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.